Do you have a moment, Marcella?
Yeah? What's the matter? You must be already on your way home on the train if you're texting me.
Yep, I was got on the train earlier.
Must have been a hard day of work.
I thought I should tell you before I got home.
What is it?
I'm changing offices. The company told me that they were moving me to a different branch.
What? Where are they moving you?
To California.
Oh, California's where you grew up, right? Is your new office close to your parents' house?
The office is in a different town called S City. It's a bit far away, maybe 40 or 50 minutes by car.
I see. It's not exactly close, I guess. But that's a 2-hour plane ride from where we live right now. To be honest, this timing is terrible. I just got a job as a full-time employee at the supermarket as well, and the children are making good progress in their soccer club.
Oh, it's alright. I'll just move to California on my own.
What?
I requested the apartment the company is going to rent for me to be of 1L DK or 2 DK size. I'm just waiting for their reply right now. There's not enough space for a family of 4 to live in, you know?
Don't tell me that. Did you already reply to the company saying that you'd go?
Yep, I already formally replied that I will be going.
Hold on just a minute. This isn't something you can just decide on your own without talking to me or your children first.
But didn't you just say how it would be inconvenient for you and the kids to move to California? I guessed as much before you told me, which is why I accepted the relocation offer.
Even if that ended up being the outcome, don't you understand that there's a big difference whether the decision was made just by you or whether it was made after you had consulted the whole family?
It's fine. I'll probably be able to come home once a month, and I won't forget to call and text you guys.
I'm saying that it's not as simple as you're making this sound like.
I'm begging you, Marcella, stop being so selfish.
I'm being selfish?
It was an order given to me by the company. I can't just say no to them because of my own personal reasons, can I?
But didn't they ask you first whether you were willing to go or not? Don't you think it's a little messed up that you said yes without even consulting me or the kids first? I don't understand how complaining about your actions is just me being selfish.
Marcella, it's already been decided. There's no point in you trying to argue anymore. I'm going to be packaging my stuff on the weekend, so why don't you help me then, Marcella?
Tell the children about this yourself, alright?
Huh?
You're the one who decided to go and live on your own. You're also the one who didn't listen to what I had to say. Then at least explain to the children why you're moving away yourself.
Wait, isn't that your responsibility, Marcella?
Explain it to them yourself.
Huh? Fine. Hey, Marcella.
Angelo? It's the first time you contacted me in 3 weeks. I never expected that I would have to wait 3 weeks before you contacted us as soon as you left for work.
Oh yeah, how are you and the kids?
It's the same with us here. The children are happy and are going to school.
I see, I'm glad to hear that. I'm really busy with work these days. I had to work overtime today as well.
Oh, is that so? But didn't you say that you would be visiting us once a month? Can I take that to mean that you'll be visiting us soon? After all, it's already been 3 weeks.
I don't think I can come and visit this month. Not that I don't want to.
Why can't you come?
I'm really busy with work. My boss even scolds me every day.
So you go to work on weekends as well?
What? No, I'm not that busy.
Then aren't you the one who decides how you spend your weekends and what to do on them? Don't tell me you're just too lazy to come, are you?
Of course not. I'm just having trouble adjusting to my new life, which means that the exhaustion accumulates. I kind of want to relax on weekends as well. I want to come home, but I worry that if I overwork my exhausted body by coming home on a weekend, it'll have adverse effects on me when I return to the office. Oh, and I even have to do all the household chores myself now that you're gone. Marcella?
I guess a change in lifestyle is sure to cause some amount of exhaustion.
Right? I'm so glad you understood.
Your mother is doing the household chores for you, right? Hold on. Let's get things in order. You brought your mother with you to California, right? Do you think I didn't know or something?
Wait, how did you know?
Did you forget that I used to work at the very same company you're working at? I quit my job once I got pregnant, but I'm still in contact with some of my former colleagues. The girlfriend of one of my former colleagues went on a business trip and stayed in the same town you are now for 2 weeks. That's when she saw your mother going in and out of your apartment multiple times. It was obvious by how she was acting that she was living with you.
Oh.
What's the meaning of this? Weren't you supposed to move to California on your own because you were relocated?
What, didn't I say this already? That I'll be bringing my mother to California with me?
Huh?
My mother got nervous that I'll be moving away to live on my own. She's been living on her own at my parents' house ever since she divorced my dad, which is why I thought this was a chance to alleviate some of her loneliness.
This is the first time you told me this.
What? I thought I already told you.
Did you bring her to just make her do all the housework for you? Wait, no. That's not the reason.
What?
Your mother doesn't think highly of me, right? Every time I meet her, she insults me. And even now, after we've been married for 13 years, she still tells me to give her back her son. Until now, we've been living a fair distance apart from her, which meant that we only met 1 or 2 times a year. I was able to ignore it if it was just 1 or 2 times a year, but suddenly, the company approached you with an offer to relocate you to California and work at an office less than an hour's drive away from your parents' home. There was no way your mother wouldn't immediately take advantage of this situation. When the offer of relocation was brought up to you, you told your mother about it before you told me, didn't you?
Well, actually,
Your mother's probably the one who recommended you to take the offer of relocation, right?
well, it's no big deal, even if she did. My mother is so happy that she's going to be able to live closer to me than she did before. I think she'll calm down if you give her some more time. Right now, let's just wait and see how she behaves. Forgive her for now, alright?
Fine. Then you need to come home on weekends.
Huh?
You keeping your promise to come home at least once a month is my condition in allowing this free living situation to continue.
Fine, I accept. Hey Marcella, if I told you that I will be moving to my parents' house, would you get mad?
Huh?
I'm kidding! It's just a joke! Bye then!
Hey, Angelo, do you realize that it's been exactly 3 years since you moved to California without us?
Huh? Oh, it's already been that long?
You only kept your promise in coming to visit us every month for the first 3 months.
It's not my fault! Balancing my personal life and my work life is really difficult.
I'm impressed at how you just say such things with utter confidence. Don't you have plenty of time to make out with the woman you're cheating on me with? Did you think I didn't know? There was no sign of you coming to visit us, and there was this period when you kept telling me nonsense. Which is when I got suspicious and did some digging. You now live at your parents' house and you go to work from there, right? On top of that, you're even living with this other woman, right? And apparently this woman is someone your mother introduced you to as a candidate for your second wife.
Shit. You know that much already?
I have no intention of forgiving you for cheating on me, and I'm not going to forgive your mother, the cause of all this as well. We need to get divorced.
What, divorce?
Why are you surprised? The person you are now is someone who betrays his children, agrees with his mother's insane plans without a second thought, and makes out with his new girlfriend that he also happens to live with at his parents' house. I have no need for a husband like that. Please get away from me as soon as possible.
But...
I'm going to take custody of the children, and I'm going to ask you to pay for child support.
What, even the kids?
That's right. The kids are going to be living with me.
But I'm the father. You can't just make decisions on such important matters on your own.
Oh, is that so? Who's the one who suddenly decided to leave his family and move to California 3 years ago again? Not only did you not give our children an explanation that they would be satisfied with, but you barely even contacted or visited us during these past 3 years. Thanks to that, they've gotten quite used to living without a father. Both of them told me recently that they're going to forget Dad's face at this rate.
Hey, don't make them say such things!
I warned them not to say such ominous things. But isn't this a consequence of the situation you made by not coming to visit for so long that your kids are beginning to say such things?
Even if you tell me all that now.
I told you over and over again to come and visit us. It's you yourself who casually ignored all my requests and chose to live with your mother and this other woman instead. I'm not going to let you say that you didn't have me proposing a divorce for you in the future as a possibility in your mind.
But my mom...
It's true that your mother who pushed you to cheat on me is wrong as well. But you're just as guilty as her, for instead of stubbornly rejecting her request, blindly obeyed and started cheating on me.
Marcella! Why don't you bring the kids with you and come live with me at my parents' house?
What?
I'll break up with this other woman I cheated on you with.
You do realize that me and your mother are not exactly on good terms, right? To be honest, I think that one of the reasons she introduced this other woman to you in the first place was to hurt me. I don't want to live with someone like that.
We can just separate the house into 2 living spaces so you won't have to see each other.
I admire your creativity, but I'm saying that I don't want to be anywhere near her, let alone live in the same house. I've already gotten to the stage of hiring a lawyer to take care of the divorce.
A lawyer?
I don't need to mention the alimony I'm going to be asking of you for cheating on me, right? And if I get custody of the children, I'm going to be asking to pay child support for the both of them.
But have mercy on me. This could all be solved if we just agree to listen to what the other person says and be patient for just a bit, like adults.
You're getting on my nerves. Then should I tell you that I don't want to live with a degenerate that tells her child to cheat on his wife?
Why'd you call my mother?
Both me and the children see you as having a mother complex precisely because you make such reactions.
Huh? A mother complex? Me?
It honestly scares me that you made all this mess without ever realizing it. Anyways, we're getting divorced. Please wait for my lawyer to contact you.
Hold on! I'm not finished talking to you! You can't just decide things on your own like this!
That being said and done, I made Angelo pay an alimony just like I said I would. Thankfully, I was able to gain custody of the children too, so I made him pay child support for the 2 of them as well. Also, I found out a bit more about Angelo's situation after everything had been done, but apparently the woman Angelo had been going out with didn't know he was married. She was told by Angelo's mother that Angelo was in no relationship and that he had no children. Her parents found out about the situation and were furious, deciding to make both Angelo and her mother pay an alimony. Owing to all of this, the total amount of money the 2 had to pay exceeded $100,000, and they were forced to get the money by both selling their house and by borrowing huge loans. By the way, it seemed that everyone at the office Angelo was working at found out about how he cheated on me. He couldn't stand all the rumors and quit, it seems. Now the 2 of them live in a warehouse owned by a relative, and work part-time jobs day and night to pay off the massive debt they have.
Hey, Phil. Do you have a minute? I got to the wedding hall and to the waiting room for relatives. when a security guard approached me and escorted me out. What's going on? I'm your sister, for God's sake. Why do I have to be kicked out?
Are you for real? You actually came?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I wasn't really up to it, but Mom and Dad said I should show up today. Thought it would at least make things look good. Like we're a normal family or something. I really didn't want to. But they insisted, and I show up, and this is how you treat me? I knew I should have just ignored them. I really didn't expect to be treated like some dodgy character off the street.
Oh yeah, about that. I asked the wedding hall to kick any suspicious-looking people out. In particular, I told them I had good information that my younger sister was attempting to sneak into the wedding and disrupt the festivities and ruin her brother's happiness. I even gave them a photo of you so when they spotted this penniless beggar girl, I instructed them to send you packing.
Are you for real? Besides, for your information, I'm not penniless. Why would I even try to disrupt your wedding? I have nothing to gain by doing that.
Well, I don't know about that.
What do you mean?
The fact is, you work for a company that's a client of ours, a subcontractor, to be precise. Which means me, your brother, works for the bigger company and the younger sister at a meager subcontractor. I can't believe we're relatives. I mean, the difference here is overwhelming. The truth is, you envy me so much that you would interfere with my success any way you could. Am I right?
That's where you're wrong, Phil. I don't envy at all. But I do think you're a pain in the ass.
Huh? A pain in the ass? How am I a pain in the ass?
You're being a pain in the ass right now! I was interested in joining this company from way back, and I went through a lot of hurdles to finally get this position. It just so happens that my company had business dealings with your company. It was nothing that I had planned. So why am I being held accountable? Makes no sense. You're being a total pain in the ass.
That does not change the fact that you're a subcontractor. That means your company can't survive without us providing you with work. You work at this company, which means you rely on us to survive. A bottom feeder is what you are.
Are you still living in the 1950s or something? That's the kind of small-mindedness that drives me crazy.
What are you saying, that I'm old-fashioned?
I heard that your company president and ours has been a longtime family friend for generations. So, I wouldn't make such derogatory remarks in the office if I were you. If you did something stupid at work, I would be super embarrassed. So, please, don't.
Oh yeah, bark all you want. You really think you can outdo me? We're the main contractor here, get it? Main and sub. You're the sub, Marge. Get that through your little head. As proof, although it's a weekend, weren't you supposed to work today?
Pardon me? Why?
I'm sure you know that I handle all business dealings between your company and more, right? I just called your company and demanded that they get that latest project done a week early.
Excuse me? What are you talking about?
Well, I can't really talk about the details because it's confidential, but when I was on the phone, the staff were in pure panic mode. So I'm pretty sure you'll be getting a call any time now. Good luck with that.
Hold on a second. Are you for real? You move a project deadline up a week? And you give no concrete reason for doing so? You can't be serious. As a business, that is not acceptable.
What have I been saying for the last few minutes? That's what it means to be the main contractor. A sub has no say in how we do business. It's probably for the better that you not attend the wedding anyway. Better if you get to work on the project. I'd rather you not be here. You just ruin the whole atmosphere.
I hope you're not dragging business into personal matters.
You better get going. Your staff is a panic.
Yeah, whatever. I guess I better get over there.
It's hard being penniless, isn't it? Not time to rest.
Better talk to the CEO and apologize.
Yeah, you do that. Get that project done on time, or no more further contracts.
Hello, Mr. Jensen. Can we talk?
Oh, that you, Mash? What's up?
I'm using the company line for business reasons. Sorry.
I see. Yeah, no problem. Okay, sounds like it's something important. What's up? Oh, by the way, wasn't it your brother's wedding day today?
I'm contacting you because this may be an emergency situation. Because of me.
Seriously? An emergency situation?
Was there some sort of inquiry into the current project that the R&D department is working on with my brother's company? Which, as you know, is the main contractor?
What kind of inquiry?
I think it's about Project A. I heard they were going to move the project deadline by 1 week. I was wondering if my brother had contacted the project manager, or possibly the site superintendent. Maybe you, perhaps.
Do you mean the issues we have with our main contractor? Ace Industries? Come this Monday, we plan to end the project by the end of business day.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, sorry about that. We haven't had time to put out a proper announcement, being that it's still Saturday and all. Figured we would put something out by the end of the week.
Was there a problem with Ace Industries?
Actually, yes. The guy running the whole project, the staff says he's a little, patronizing toward them. And the deadlines as well as pricing, it's all haphazard. I was getting a lot of complaints from the on-site managers and staff, and the whole situation has created a totally negative atmosphere in the workplace. We agreed to terminate the project as of Monday. We'll complete it on time, but after that, we don't intend to renew any more new contracts with Ace.
I see. I just want to verify something. The person who is in charge of the project at Ace Industries is...
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid it's your brother Phil.
Yeah, I figured as much. I'm really sorry for this, him being my brother and all.
Don't worry about it. I know all about your family situation, no worries. We have several major projects going now, and they plan to renew going forward, so as for, company profits, it won't hurt to lose a contract with Ace Industries.
I'm glad to hear that. Long as there's no major loss to the company.
But why did your brother talk to you directly about this situation?
Sorry to burden you, but you're at the office today, right? If possible, I would like to hear a bit more of the details regarding this matter. If it's okay with you, that is. Could you spare a bit of time?
No problem. I'll be here in my office. Stop at any time.
March! March, pick up!
Would you stop? What the hell do you want? I've gotten 50 messages from you in the past 15 minutes.
Well, that's because you won't reply.
I was driving. I had my phone on manner mode. Didn't see it until I got to the office. So, what's the rush? What do you want?
Get back to the wedding hall right this second.
You can't be serious. 1 minute you kick me out. The next minute you want me back. What the hell do you want? You're a real pain in the butt.
Where the hell are you right now?
Like I said, I just arrived at the office. After what you said, I was worried and decided to stop in. So, what is this? Something happened over there?
I really think I screwed up.
Excuse me?
About moving that project up 1 week.
Yeah, that's why I'm at the office. I wanted to check up on that. I just talked to the president about that, and he says the project will be terminated by the end of business on Monday. But said they will clear up any loose ends according to the contract, but they don't plan to renew next year. What's this all about? What you do?
That project was supposed to go to another subcontractor. I was handling several different clients and I got the subcontracting companies wrong. I thought you were working at that company and I told them to move up the project date. But then I found out that the CEO of that company was my wife's relative, and a staff member contacted my boss, and long story short, they found out I was trying to hide the fact that I made a mistake on the project deadline date.
You're kidding, right?
He just came into my fiance's room screaming and yelling about it.
Let me get this straight. You screwed up with the project deadline. You tried to cover it up by blaming me and my company for the mistake. Is that what you're trying to say? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. How could you screw up the companies?
Shut your mouth. I wasn't asking for your opinion. That's why I want you back here ASAP.
Why should I go back there? That would solve nothing.
We can just say that you screwed up the project deadline.
Wait, what?
I'll work something out and all the blame can be laid at your feet.
You've totally lost it, Phil.
What?
The department I work for has zero connections with Ace Industries. That's R&D's project. And the mistake you made with the deadline date was with another subcontractor, right? I have no relationship to this project or to your company. Blaming it on me just won't fly.
But maybe.
Excuse me?
We can. There must be.
Hello? Hey, are you still there? What? Is your phone busted or something?
No.
Is that you, Phil? You're not making sense. I really thought your phone totally shut down. Overheated, perhaps?
My marriage, it's over. I got a divorce. It's only been a few days.
Oh, yeah? Well, you really did a number on that subcontracting company. Owned by your wife's relative, I hear.
On top of that, I'm getting fired.
Pardon me?
At this rate, I know I'm going to get terminated. I figured I had it coming with that project deadline fiasco. But then the CEO and sales rep from your company shows up and tell us that they have terminated all future contracts with us going forward.
Yeah, I heard about that. They told me that you were very patronizing towards them and made quite a few unrealistic demands. You created such negative work environment that they saw no other choice but to cut ties with Ace Industries. By the looks of it, it seems like you've been treating other subcontractors the same way.
But it's the duty of all subcontracting companies to obey all demands of the main contractor. That goes without saying. All these companies have no appreciation for us.
That's the kind of attitude that gets you fired.
Sorry, but I'm not fired quite yet.
To me, it just seems like a matter of time. I mean, I see zero remorse for what you did. You have no feelings of regret for all the trouble you caused those subcontractors.
Why am I to blame for everything?
Don't ask me, Phil. Like I keep telling you, you're a total pain in the ass.
Not that again.
You're not a kid anymore, Phil. Work it out yourself. See you around, big brother. My brother got divorced just 4 days after his wedding. They made him pay the entire cost of the wedding, and also a fair amount as compensation. Yes, and he eventually got fired. Due to his patronizing business methods, some clients were severely traumatized by his actions and ended up needing psychiatric care. I'm pretty sure there will be consequences for this later on. Some will probably sue him for emotional distress. At first, Ace Industries was contemplating relocating him to another branch, but due to the potential legal problems, they decided to let him go. So, now my folks were burdened with an unemployed son, with a significant debt to pay off, and potential lawsuits pending. As for me, I told my folks I was marrying the CEO of the company that Phil had severely berated. You really should have seen their faces when I gave them this news. They knew full well they could never rely on me for help. They always favored my big brother over me. And Phil hasn't changed his animosity towards me in the least. Last I heard, the three of them are living together and working day and night to pay off their son's debt.